우리가 부자일 수 있다.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that lovely sound that you just heard, which sounded kind of like a goat farting in the field, or Whoopi Goldberg playing her boodle flute as she releases her powerful boodle breeze, that lovely sound you just heard, that was not emanating from Somalia. Obviously, the beautiful scenery wasn't from a third world dump. The buildings were made of concrete. They were not made of pine straw. The beautiful music that you just heard, that was the Islamic call to prayer. Again, this was not filmed in Saudi Arabia, wasn't filmed outside of Tucker Carlson's home in Qatar. It was filmed earlier this week in Manhattan, New York City, the same New York City that was the victim of the deadliest Islamic terrorist attack in American history. Here in about 9 months, it will be the 25th anniversary of 9/11, which means it only took 25 years for New York City to forget. It only took 25 years for New York City to collapse. Can you imagine? Can you imagine waking up to that every morning? When I woke up at 6:15, 6:30 this morning, I woke up to the sounds of my youngest Yorkie Oreo barking, telling me that it was time to wake up and go outside. I woke up to Chewy, who seems to be feeling a lot better, for now at least. I woke up to Chewy smiling and wanting to go play outside for the first time in 2 or 3 days. I woke up to birds chirping. One of my neighbors, he's got a collection of cocks in his backyard and they crow in unison every morning. I woke up to overcast skies and a peaceful scene of American suburbia. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for the remaining American residents in New York City. Every morning at 5 a.m., Jewish New Yorkers, Christian New Yorkers, atheist New Yorkers, agnostic New Yorkers, they are woken up every morning at 5 a.m. with the Islamic call to prayer. They are woken up and basically commanded to get on their knees and submit themselves to Allah. Is it any wonder? Is it any wonder why thousands of people are getting the hell out of there? The last time I was in New York City back in 2019, I remember hearing church bells. In 7 short years, those church bells have been replaced with the Islamic call to prayer, which is played 5 times a day. It would be one thing if that was the only point of contention. New Yorkers are resilient. Hell, this is the same city that's lived with the whoopee cushion polluting the air with toxic ass gas for the last 20-25 years. So it would be one thing if the Islamic call to prayer was the only intrusion into the daily lives of New Yorkers. Unfortunately, it's not. And if you happen to be a Jewish New Yorker, if I remember correctly, outside of Israel, I believe New York City has the largest Jewish population in the world. If I had to guess, that is about to change. Because if Uncle KC was Jewish and living in New York City, I would be doing everything I can to get the hell out of this dump. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the second channel in the description below. Today on the second channel, gonna be talking about either Steve Kerr making a complete ass of himself again, or we'll be talking about another college football star wanting to be the modern day Van Wilder. These kids nowadays, they just don't want to leave college, and in this particular case, his expiring eligibility to return next season is costing him $5 million. One of those topics will be on the second channel today. The other will be here on the main channel. I haven't decided yet where I'm going to put them. But either way, Click the link in the description or the pinned comment below and subscribe to the second channel. Headline at the Hudson Valley Post: New Yorkers fleeing state more than most of America. In terms of population growth, or the complete lack thereof, New York ranked 47th out of 50 states. Translation: there is a mass exodus. If it wasn't for the People's Republic of California, New York would probably be in first place in the category of formerly great states that have turned into colossal dumps. Now, there are a variety of reasons that normal people are leaving New York City: taxes, cost of living, economic reasons. But 2 of the top 5 reasons were politics and quality of life. As you're about to see, the quality of life in New York City is rapidly declining. The polished turd is melting into the drizzling shits. A couple of days ago, there was a protest in Queens. The protest took place in Kew Garden Hills, which is a Jewish neighborhood. Neighborhood has plenty of synagogues. There are several Jewish schools in the area. There are around 35,000 people in the neighborhood, with most of the population being Jewish. Around 20% are Asian Americans, 15% are Hispanic Americans, 8% are Black Americans, and they all live together peacefully, or at least they used to. Based on what I have read, Kew Garden Hills is one of the safest neighborhoods in Queens. But 2 days ago, the neighborhood was infiltrated by protesters. What were they protesting? What was the cause of their fake outrage? What cause were they supporting? In a predominantly Jewish neighborhood, they were chanting, "Say it loud, say it clear, we support Hamas here!" Thankfully, there was a crowd of patriotic New Yorkers across the street standing up to this bullshit and showing their support for the Jewish community. Watch for yourself.
Say it loud, say it clear. We support Hamas here. Say it clear, say it loud. That's how you make the USA, 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 USA,
Could you imagine this happening in your neighborhood? Could you imagine walking home from work and a collection of dorks are waving Palestinian flags and chanting their support for Hamas? If they support Hamas, why don't they take their asses over there and live with Hamas? But KC, Palestine has been destroyed by those evil Zionists. Well, that's okay. There are plenty of other Islamic countries they could choose to live in. What about Somalia? I hear the accommodations over there are great. What about Pakistan, Yemen, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Morocco, Indonesia? There are 57 Islamic countries that they could choose from, and every one of those countries are a hell of a lot cheaper to live in than New York City. Believe it or not, and I was pleasantly surprised by this, these Hamas protesters, they were universally criticized by both Republicans and Democrats. And I'm not just talking about normal Democrats like John Fetterman and Josh Shapiro. I have high expectations of them. I expect them to appropriately label these protesters as assholes like John Fetterman did. I was pleasantly surprised to see doofus Democrats, politicians who lived their lives failing to meet low expectations. I was pleasantly surprised to see doofus Democrats universally denounce these protests. AOC LGBT, Charlie Schumer, Kathy Hochul, the governor of the New York dump, the attorney general in New York, the The lady who kept trying to put the Trumper in jail, Latoya James or Linda James, whatever the hell her name is, she spoke out against supporting terrorists. There were dozens and dozens of doofus Democrats who denounced this bullshit, which is great. It's great. But what did you expect? Most of these people supported Zohran Mamdani. Hell, AOC LGBT, she was damn near worshiping Zorro. Bernard Sanders was treating him like a son. Well, a great-grandson. Hell, Bernard is so old, he still remembers the Ottoman Empire. This is exactly what the rest of us were warning about. What did you expect to happen when you supported an Islamist as mayor of New York City? Did you expect Zorro to denounce his own people? Speaking of Zorro, of all the doofus Democrats who denounced these protests, of all the communists, the socialists, who refused to support Hamas, there was one noticeable Democrat, one noticeable communist who chose to exercise his right to remain silent. There was one high-profile Democrat who suddenly lost his ability to speak or tweet. As of the recording of this video, which is about 2 days after these protests in Queens, Zohran Mamdani has yet to say a damn thing about it. I wonder why. I hate to say it. This is just the beginning. I actually feel bad for New Yorkers who don't have the resources to move. I feel bad for New Yorkers who were born and raised in the city. There's just no place like home. It is incredibly difficult to leave home. But I think we are going to see a mass exodus in New York City. And when I say mass exodus, I think we could see 250,000, maybe 500,000 people leaving over the next 4 years. The call to prayer, the protests supporting Hamas, that's bad enough. But when you combine that with the fact that Zohran Mamdani is pushing communism, he is making it impossible for landlords to charge enough rent to cover expenses, he's removing laws that were designed to protect Jewish people, he wants to tax upper middle class white families so they can pay for those who aren't working. This is an unmitigated disaster. And we're only 10 days into the destruction. And the problem is, it's not like you can wait it out, not like you can wait 4 years and hope Zorro loses the next election. The only reason he was elected is because he received overwhelming support from immigrants. Native New Yorkers, Americans, they did not vote for Zohran Mamdani. And 4 years from now, that demographic will be even smaller, which means New York City is finished. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.